Hi, we are Christine
Jisoo.
and Lillian. This is Crystallian Course World History, and today we're going to discuss the importance of steam engine, flying shuttle, plow, cotton gin, mill. That's right, we're talking about agriculture during the Industrial Revolution. Let's begin by traveling back before the 18th century, before the Industrial Revolution, when most people lived a farmer's life. During this time, people were independent, relying on themselves and their small communities. It was hard to travel and keep in touch without cars, trains, airplanes, telephones, nor telegraphs.
Miss Jung, so what did everybody do all day?
An average person will live with their family on small plots of land, growing crops mostly for home consumption. Children helped by milking cows, churning butter, and tending farm animals. The population was dependent on many farmers for food. In fact, around 80% of the population worked in the extreme agricultural economy.
Hey Christine, stop talking, it's my turn to teach. Let's travel back to explore the changes in agriculture during the Industrial Revolution. The Second Agricultural Revolution was a particular period of time when farming and producing enough food for everyone had lots of impacts. Some important farming practices and inventions of the Second Agricultural Revolution include the enclosure movement, machinery, selective breeding, and crop rotation.
For the details, let's go to the thought bubble.
First main stage was the use of enclosures. This is done by enclosing a number of small land holdings to create one larger farm. Once enclosed, use of the land became restricted to the large landowner and is no longer common village land. Although this meant that small tenant farmers now had nowhere to work, more people began moving to cities and working in factories.
The second main stage was machinery. There were many major inventions related to agriculture during the Industrial Revolution. Major inventions such as the cotton gin, steam engine, and the plow.
Ooh, I know some famous inventions. The cotton gin was invented in 1793 by Ellie Whitney. It is a machine consisting of a row of close-set wheels with saw-like teeth around their perimeters.
Did you know that the cotton gin could clear 1,000 pounds of cotton at the same time it took one man to do 5 pounds by hand? That's a whole new level of efficiency right there! This is what made cotton the new affordable fabric and helped maintain slavery.
While the textile industry was bursting with new inventions, from the flying shuttle to the spinning jenny to the water frame, they lacked an efficient way to be powered. That's when the steam engine came along in 1698 and was later improved by Thomas Newcomen and James Watt to pump out water from mines.
The plow is another significant invention during the 18th century, of which carved a new path for American agriculture. It was used to dig up soil and turn it over for cultivation of harder ground. Initially, it was drawn by working animals and later replaced by tractors. The next stage is crop rotation. Crop rotation is a planting concept to avoid a decrease in soil fertility by growing different crops in the same area in sequenced seasons. It is done so that the soil of farms is not used for only one set of nutrients. This way, farmers are able to be much more efficient in their crop production.
And the final stage is selective breeding. This is a process in which humans use animal breeding and plant breeding to selectively develop certain acquired characteristic traits by choosing which animal or plant, males and females, will sexually reproduce and have offspring together. Selective breeding can eliminate and control diseases among plants and animals and produce higher quality food.
It's time for the open letter. Let's see what's inside the secret compartment today. This is the letter that I will send to Annie. Hey Annie,
From what I know, you were the farmer who worked in the rural area. Your family could produce enough food and everyone was quite happy with what they had. Why then did you and your family move to the urban area even though you had a satisfied life? After moving to an urban place, you had to work at the mill which had bad and unclean working conditions. Everyone had to work in a clock time, not by the sun. What were some of the challenges you faced while working in the factory? Best wishes, Christine Zhou.
Oh, what do I have today?
Hi, Christine. I would love to answer your questions regarding my factory life. During this industrial revolution, millions of farmers migrated into urban areas in the hope of finding new jobs. The same applied for my family. We hope to have a better life with higher wages in the urban cities as a factory worker. At first, working conditions were terrible at the factories during the Industrial Revolution. The factory was definitely not the best place to work. Machines spit out smoke and some workers came out covered with black soot by end of the day. Children as young as 6 years old would work hard hours in factories with little or no pay. Not only that, many people lost body parts trying to fix the machines. Hope this helps, Annie.
Oh, such a heartbreaking story. But there must be some benefits from the Industrial Revolution too. I'm sure.
Joy, you are very correct, Jisoo. There are certainly many long-term positive effects that follow the Industrial Revolution, although not felt at during the time. Most importantly, there was enhanced wealth and quality of life for the average person. Modern inventions and the amount of wealth brought into the cities improved healthcare, education, appearance, and nutrition. An average person was no longer tied to land-related concerns and was able to earn profit by something much more reliable than how much their farms could produce.
Yeah, that's right. And let's not forget about the fewer geographic limitations, greater variety and availability, and longer shelf life. Because farmers had greater access to the newly developed technology such as irrigation, fertilizers, and greenhouses, growing season was lengthened, and places previously unable to grow crops can now be cultivated into farmland.
Last but not least, cheaper food!
Lillian, the camera is still rolling.
You're right, Christine. Thanks for the reminder. Where am I? As I was saying, because there was a larger food supply to meet the demands of consumers, most staple foods became cheap and prices predictable. Shipping food also became easier and inexpensive, what with all the advancements in shipping, storing, preserving, and packaging.
I think now is the perfect time to segue into modern-day agriculture.
Modern agriculture is an evolving approach to agricultural innovations and farming practices that help farmers increase efficiency and reduce the number of natural resources such as water, land, and energy necessary to meet the world's needs.
Some different types of agriculture today includes agribusiness, intensive farming, organic farming, and sustainable agriculture. And we also have even better and more efficient technology and machinery to help with the farm work, such as tractors, combines, chemical pesticides or fertilizers, hybrid crops, the green revolution, and genetically modified organisms.
In fact, we have been so efficient that today in the United States, less than 1% of the population lists their occupation as farming. Commercial sale of genetically modified food began in 1994. GMOs refer to seeds that grow into plants that might use water more efficiently and better withstand pests like bugs or weeds, which in turn results in less farmland required to use for farming.
Aha! GMOs are what give us seedless watermelon and bananas.
Now, to wrap up our Pursulian course, let's recap what we've learned. Starting off way before the Industrial Revolution, we talked about what life was like then, without efficient ways of transportation and communication.
Then you were brought to the inventions and farming practices during the Industrial Revolution. These included the cotton gin, steam engine, plow, enclosure movement, selective breeding, and crop rotation. We were even able to contact historical farmer Annie, who helped clarify working conditions at the mill.
Finally, we explored how far agriculture has taken us today with its long-term positive effects. And if you want more information on the second agricultural revolution, click on this non-existent video that's supposed to appear somewhere over here.
Our non-existent Cressilian t-shirts are also for sale. Get yours now for only $49.99. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Cressilian Course is produced and directed by Christine, Jisoo, and Lillian. If you want to suggest future phrases of the week, comment below. See you next time!